Howdy everybody, how y'all doing? Well, some of you may have seen my ponderance here on Floral's channel this week. I was having a little fun talking about Valentine's Day and what is a hopeless romantic, or some might consider themselves to be romantically hopeless. You know, it's a fun way to say that most of us really have no idea what we're supposed to be doing on Valentine's Day, unless you're kind of one of those older songbirds who've been with your partner for long enough. You kind of have an idea, you know, what you have a rhythm, kind of a script to go back to if things go off pace. But even for a lot of us who think we know somebody, you know what I mean? Think we know what they want. You know, on one of these commercialized holidays, or just special holidays where we're supposed to step out of our norm just a little bit. Sometimes, kind of don't know what we're supposed to do, right? That's where it goes into kind of what I was joking about. What I really mean is managing the expectations. And I mean, whether it's a romantic relationship or pretty much anything in life, right? Learning how to manage one's expectations is a big deal. But it's particularly important on Valentine's Day because of how many people, well, think they failed or things end up pretty miserable, right? Because, you know, one person kind of might have said something or said they didn't care, didn't matter, and then the other person, stressed out or not caring, did something that completely missed the mark, completely missing all of the possible signs that the other person didn't see. You know exactly what I mean, right? It's really, really hard to figure out how to be honest with each other sometimes. And, well, here at the Ice House, we usually like to kick our feet up, have a drink of a choice beverage, and well, relax and sometimes get a few things off our chest. And sometimes that means talking about things like feelings or expectations. Yeah. Because, let me tell you, it's difficult at any age, at any walk or pace of life, to remember that, hey, sometimes what you want or what you need has changed a little bit, or sometimes you don't want somebody to just phone it in, right? You want to feel like you mattered. But how that shows up, well, that can be a confusing thing altogether, right? And I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong to making a grand, swooping gesture for somebody, a romantic gesture, or somebody wanting all the cards, the flowers, the chocolates, so they can get all excited that, you know, they feel like they matter to somebody, right? There's nothing wrong with all that. I mean, unless you're poor, and then you kind of have to figure out how to make that work. But even still, there's a lot of ways you can make a loving gesture, you know, to show somebody what's important. But for the most part, it's just really figuring out how to communicate those things, which I think is the hardest part in general. Yeah. Definitely the hardest part in general is learning how to tell somebody in a way that makes sense, right? Because, I mean, it's easy to try and drop subtle hints, you know, that the other person misses out completely, and then on the day, everything you wanted and expected doesn't happen because they never heard it, right? And you can point fingers and blame and all you want, but if the message wasn't received, well, that's rough for both of you. Yeah. So, I guess here at the Ice House, we're just here to try to encourage you to have those harder conversations, but the honest ones, because that's what really matters, right? Being able to express and say something, like sometimes you can tell somebody what you want or something you would like, but then be able to have the conversation about what you expect from that person, right? You may not expect to get everything you want, but you hope and expect somebody's gonna put in some effort, right? And maybe work up to the big stuff over time, right? And yeah, because I don't know, I'd have to say I've probably had more misses than I've had hits, if you know what I mean. Getting better at it, but once again, learning to have the conversation and to express and manage expectations is really important, right? Nothing has to be done a certain specific way because that's what the rulebook said, but learning what works for you and the people around you, that's a big deal. And for all you single ladies, single men, and what other single creatures out there who whether want to avoid the holiday entirely or just want to hang out with friends and have a good time because, well, I mean, you exist even when other people are doing their ooey gooey romantic thing, right? And you don't have to do that. And I mean, even if you're in a couple and you don't like ooey gooey romantic things, you don't have to do that either. So, but don't take my word for it. I'm not here to tell you what you do. I'm just here to help you figure out what works for you in a way that, maybe you can enjoy it a little bit. And if this year was a little rough, you got a whole year to figure out for next time, right? So there you go. Yeah, I've got a few extra leftovers, right? With all that pasta and marinara sauce. That it's not gonna go eat itself, so I'm gonna go take care of that, and we'll see you next time. Bye.